The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. Still on the Disney note, Mulan is coming to Disney Plus, but with a catch. You will have to pay $30 to watch this. At first, I thought it was $30 for a 24-hour rental, and I was like, "Oh, you could get the F out of here."
That's not what it is?
No, it's 24 hour. From what I'm looking at on Polygon.com, it's 24 hour. I'm sorry, $30, and you get to keep the film. From what I'm seeing. Now, this from Polygon.com. If you guys see another source that says otherwise, because I heard it was just going to be 24 hours for $30.
I have a gander. I mean, because the rest of these movies that have been coming out for like video on demand have only been 24-hour rentals, and they're like $20.
Right, and I think it's just weird because you're already paying the $6.99 for Disney Plus the $30. However, it says people who don't have the subscription will be able to pay the $30 and still watch it. That's still too much for a 24-hour rental. That is still way too much for a 24-hour rental.
If you really stop and think about it, if you sitting in the house with you and two children watching this for $30, in comparison to how much you would pay for movie tickets, for the two adults alone would be at least $30.
Right.
Should be more than that.
I said at least. And then now you got to add in the tickets, the ticket price for the children, and then any snacks you might buy, whether they be there or at the dollar store before you get there.
Right.
So you still got to add that all up. So you're looking at a $50, $60 day at minimum if you're a snacker in the movies. Just going to the movies to see it one time and not see it again until it comes out on streaming or video.
Right.
I think it's a genius idea.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
Because this is what movies can do right now. You got to find a way to. Only reason why Candyman and A Quiet Place and Wonder Woman and Black Widow have all been pushed back till November, or they're sitting there trying to hold off like New Mutants on this theater release date because they want to make money. When you have these other movies that came out earlier this year, or it just came right to streaming because they took a gamble and figured that they're not going to make the probability back of money that they was expecting to make on this movie, period. So it's okay to just sell it to Disney Plus or put it to Netflix for a certain amount of this money. These other blockbusters, they want to make money off of. They want to make money off Mulan because the success level of Disney live action movies so far, even since Cinderella, has been great. And they want to keep that trend going. Now, if you do, there are people out there saying, why would you do that instead of doing that for like Jungle Cruise? I'm like, because Jungle Cruise wasn't going to make that much money.
Right.
Would I see Jungle Cruise? Yeah, because, Emily Blunt, the Rock is in it, but it's not going to make the Mulan money. Now, y'all know I'm not a big fan of Mulan. However, if my son wants to see it, and like she's saying, say if we all go out and like, since we're not a big movie YouTube channel, we don't get the movie sent to us or tickets sent to us and we go see these movies. So we don't get those and we don't have to sit there and pay, because if I say, hey, yo, y'all want to go watch Mulan? You already told me you took all your music and stuff out. You ain't going to want to pay $50 for that ticket. And then only one I know that one that probably wants to go, maybe not because they took the music out, is Q-Flow, but still. It's like when we bought on event tickets, I paid over $200-something for them tickets. And like I said, people snack. I'm not a snacker, but people snack into the movie theater. You save money by just buying it one-time purchase, and then you just having it for yourself. And then they make money because if you think about, if there's 1 million people subscribe to Disney Plus and say that out of every subscription that they have, everybody bought Mulan. So that's 30 times 1 million, right? How much is that?
It's a lot of money. Just add a zero to million.
Yeah.
So it's $3 trillion now.
They make.
I'm sorry, billion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they make their money back regardless off of this doing that. That's why movie theaters now are getting scared when they heard that. Because
somebody destroyed a poster in the movie theater. He was up. I'm sorry. $1 billion. It's 30 billion. I'm 30 million. Yo,
okay.
I'm struggling.
But look, but it went at the $30 million. I'm saying it's still more money to make in the pandemic than you was going to see by not releasing
it at all. I understand that sentiment, but I do see why people are upset about it.
I mean, I understand about it too, but the question is, since people are not doing what they're supposed to do, the movie is never going to get the chance to be open at all. And if you force open it, you put more people at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the catch to this. So I went and looked it up after you said that it's not to rent, Swag. What happens is you're unlocking it in the Disney Plus library.
Okay.
So essentially, it is more than likely already uploaded into Disney Plus's library.
Right.
And you just have to go in and pay the extra money, and it will be included on the streaming platform, and you have access to it for as long as you're a paying member.
Okay. Yeah, you most likely won't pay it until your next bill payment comes out.
No, you have to pay. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like a video on demand model for the $30, and then your next billing will just be your regular Disney Plus billing price. The issue that I know some folks will have is if this is just going to appear, like Onward came out 2 weeks after it was out in the theaters, right? On Disney Plus for free. So if you release Mulan for $30 now, and say, when is it coming out exactly? Do y'all know the date?
I don't know the exact date.
September 4th.
Is it this month? Okay. So say it comes out September 4th, right? And then people pay $30 to see it. But then 3 weeks to a month later, in early to mid-October, it's just available to everybody on Disney Plus. Some folks are going to feel cheated. If it's just automatically available, because eventually it's going to become available on Disney Plus anyway. And I think that is the
and this is the smartest way to make money, because it's supposed to come out in March. You also got to think about the releases. Now, since everything is being pushed back, you're talking about a September release when you got blockbusters that were supposed to be in the summertime and early spring that they can't even compete with. Right. Mulan, even though it's Disney, Mulan is not competing with Black Widow.
It's definitely not, especially after folks is just like, wait, you took all the music out and it's like a serious movie now?
And this was a low risk. This is a pretty low risk for Disney to test this out. Because if this was Black Widow, I would be indifferent about it.
I could see them doing this for Black Widow.
Yeah, if this is successful, I could definitely see them doing this.
And then waiting longer to release it on Disney Plus.
Right. So hopefully it doesn't go because that would just feel like the whole, what was it? Tekken Cross Street Fighter, where they had the characters locked, but they were still on the disc. It would just feel like a locked DLC. It was like, we paid for this, why can't we get it? So
yep, I know that life.
Yeah.